Yo, check that out. See that big thing hanging off his car? It's like tied to a tree way back in there. I mean, if any of you guys know what that is, he's got another line coming off the tip of it there, going down to where it's, I don't know, wrapping up around again. If any of you guys know what that is, let me know, man.
We're catching a little bit of the part that went north, and I think it's going to be done before too long. All right, good to know. Well, I still need to go home and get out of these wet clothes, and then I'm off for, like I said, every evening this week I am busy. So this is the last of me being on the radio for the day. I'll be on hopefully tomorrow at some point. We'll see. But hey, have a great day. Thanks for the contact. I always appreciate it. WANI 73. Hi, Kevin. It's always fun catching you. I tried to get you on 30 meters there, but I couldn't hear you at all. I don't know what was going on. Yeah, I was going to go down to 40, but the static was just I mean, it just, the lightning around here is just going crazy, making 40 really noisy. So I checked 30, and sure enough, it was fine. So I got plenty of contacts there. I got Ohio all the way down to Virginia, kind of just, you know, that mid area. Got an Indiana and a Michigan as well, so that was perfect. That's great. Yeah, I checked 40. There was two people on 40, and I couldn't hear either one of them because of all that static. Man, the noise was unbelievable. Yeah, and hey, I did get a park to park with Steve, K5SJC. I got a park to park with him. He gave me a 339, but he could hear me. Good. I just worked him a few minutes ago. And I worked an N4GF. I forget where he was at. North Carolina, I think. Yeah, I usually don't roll through and do many park to parks. If somebody gets one with me, that's great. But I'm not a fan of doing park to parks on CW yet, like I said. But with Steve, you know, he's so good at CW. I just send him a mess and he figures it out. Yeah, he is. He's really good at that. He recognizes my call. He calls me by name whenever I call him now.
Alright, you guys, welcome back to another episode of me doing whatever I do. Well, I screwed up big time. I just met a ham radio operator out here, and I got a chance to have a conversation with him, but I didn't film it because I didn't want to be intrusive at first. But now I'm kind of a little bit ticked off because I didn't film the situation. But anyways, I ended up having a chat with him, and he turned out to be an instructor who can actually do licensing and stuff, and he gave me his information and stuff. And if you guys know anything about me, I'm a big ham radio enthusiast. I really think I think ham radio is super cool. We got the quad bander here. I got a whole bunch of handhelds. I've tried to build a couple antennas, and I do have my GMRS license. Now, I'm working on getting my technician class license for ham radio so I can actually become a ham radio operator. And that's basically what we were talking about. He is actually an instructor. Now, I've been studying for the test for quite some time now, and each time I'm ready, I feel comfortable and ready to take the test. A couple things in my life has kind of popped up, which has kind of made it so I wasn't able to go take the test. So now I need to restudy. But now that I actually met one of the instructors here and I got his information and stuff, I might have a good chance of being able to actually have time to go take the test. And I did end up getting to film a portion of the end part where he was actually got on the air and spoke with some of the local hams about him meeting me here, which was super cool. His name's Kevin, so shout out to him for having a conversation with me and giving me some information. But anyways, today we're here at Oxbow Lake and we're going to be doing some trekking. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the area here. But we're basically going to go out to my second favorite place to hunt out here. And we're just going to be taking a look around. We're just going to be going out and seeing what's going on, seeing what's changed, what's not changed, and maybe looking for possible locations to throw up a stand and do some looking. So anyways, with that being said, let's get to it. Alright guys, this is a walkway that leads to back where we're about to go. Now where we're going leads all the way back into here and wraps all the way up and around. Now we're not going to be going way back in there, but we will be going right back in there. Right up here's the entrance. So once we get back here, we're going to be looking, we're basically just going to be taking a walk around. We're going to look, see what's changed, what hasn't changed. Hopefully we'll see some deer, maybe some squirrel, something, I don't know. But either way, right now is a good time to get back in there because there's no foliage on the trees yet. We're just now approaching springtime here. It's starting to warm up, so things are going to be moving. There's definitely going to be some trails. There shouldn't be anybody out here hunting, so we should be good to go. All right, this is the entrance. Here we are. Quite a bit of water on the ground. It's been pouring like crazy all day long. But anyways, actually, I'm gonna try to be a little bit quiet from here on out, because if there is any deer back here, I don't want to spook them. Hopefully we can get some cool shots. We're gonna probably do some sitting back here for a while in order to hopefully maybe see some deer or something. But anyways, let's head back there. Alright guys, so this is basically the beginning of the trail here. Now where we're going is going to actually be I'm not sure. I think it's about 100, maybe 200, 150 yards from where we're at right now. I'll tell you what, this is actually a really good time to get in and out of the woods. So we might have a pretty good chance of seeing some deer in here today because everything's wet. So the ground is really quiet right now, you know, all the leaves on the ground here. They're not making no crunching sounds and stuff. It's really hard to get back in here sometimes during the winter times because everything is crunching so loud. But everything's pretty quiet as of right now. And the deer around here, they spook pretty easy. Well, I'll tell you what, I got pretty close up on some deer in here. Now, I never got a shot off in this area. That's why I kind of quit hunting it, because this really isn't the greatest spot, but now I'll show you this tree here. This one right here. This is where I took my climber one time, and we seen some deer coming in from the backside here. I'll show you what the backside of this side looks like also, kind of like I showed you the backside of the other one, so you guys can get a visualization of what I'm trying to tell you here. But basically this wraps down in here and goes along the river down here. The river's right down there, or the little stream or whatnot, and it wraps up around here. Now on the other side of here, there's actually a kind of a main road where lots of semis and stuff drive through here. Now deer come out of the woods over there and they come through here, but usually when the river's up, they don't, I mean, obviously unless someone's chasing them, they usually don't cross this river. So they actually have a hard time getting back in here. Most of the time, unless it's deer season or slug season, deer are not going to be going to jump through this river to try to get over here for no reason. Now the problem with that is the only other place that they got to come in from is over here. They can come in over here, and there's a couple shallow spots when the river's not up too high that they can get across. And there's maybe a couple spots over here, but it's not, it's kind of, this is like a kind of entrapped area, you know, unless they're already back here from wandering around at nighttime, because obviously, as you know, deer are nocturnal, you know, and sometimes I'm sure at nighttime they probably don't have the best navigation skills, so sometimes they'll be walking through the woods and they will end up here, trapped back in here, and not realizing that there's no way out. But with that being said, I don't really hunt this too often, but there is a good couple places that deer can get in here, and those are the places that we're going to try to find today. Alright, as you guys can see, it's pretty flooded back here today. It's been raining all day, actually the last couple days. So down in here is where I usually like to watch. The tree that I had my stand in before is right about over here. Now there's trails coming in through here that lead back from here, that during the winter time you can see them. They're a little bit harder to spot right now, but basically any deer coming through here are going to get pushed through this out into that area over there is where they're going to be trying to get to. So down here, this is where I usually like having a spot right here, because I can literally overwatch this whole entire field, or this whole entire little gully here, and I can pretty much see everything coming from this side also. So that still seems to me like one of the better spots here to have a stand. Now we're going to try to get way deep back in here so I can show you guys the back side of this and what I'm talking about, where the deer, this actually wraps up and around. Now usually in September, October and whatnot, there's still foliage and stuff on the trees out here, so there's a lot of good cover and stuff to really get behind and not get noticed in here. But I don't know if it's going to be the next video, but in the future video where I show you guys, oh, I think we literally just seen a deer up here. All right, you guys, I think we just seen a deer. I just seen a deer. Now, it could have been this foliage here moving in the wind, or possibly could have been a car, but I don't think it was a car because the road's way over there. And now it could have been the foliage in the wind, but I thought I seen something brown jumping and bolting that way over there. Now, what I wanted to show you guys was basically this. Right over there is where I told you the tree stand back in there. Right back in there is where the tree stand, where I told you I put my tree stand, right? Well, here's that big gully, right? And there's that river well, it's not really a river, it's like a small creek. But usually during the winter or during the springtime, it floods, right? So that creek's all the way there, wraps all the way up and around, and it heads out here. And now the road has a bridge that goes over that creek over here, right down in here. But Oxbow, there's actually a field back there, and Oxbow actually wraps around this way and starts heading all the way up around the lake here. So the woods kind of ends here. Now all this back over here is all Oxbow too, but on the other side of the river, you have to literally go all the way out and around to get to that side. Now, I don't think deer are going to be jumping through here. You know, obviously, unless it's slow season, they're not going to be coming back in here. They're not going to be jumping across this river and jumping in the river and getting soaking wet for no reason. So, unless something's coming for them. So, that's a lot of the main reason why I don't hunt back here. Now, there is a couple good spots here, and there is a couple shallow spots. Now that's what we're trying to go to. We're coming back here to trek to see if any new trees have fallen down, or if they got some new crossways, because that will open up. Because as time goes by, the woods change. You know, year after year, the woods is out here changing, right? So, you know, new pathways are going to be opening up for them, and they're going to be coming out here. And, you know, I don't want to knock off a whole entire section of hunting area just because maybe the first couple years it wasn't a good hunting area, but that doesn't mean it's not now. So that's why we're back here trekking in the area, trying to see what's changed. Now, this has always been here, this little area here, but we're going to try to get across here without sliding down the hill here. It's pretty slippery and muddy down here. And we just fell. Okay. Man, caught myself there. A little bit muddy now, but whatever. Man, my whole entire shoe is full of mud now. God. Oh man, yeah, okay, it's real slippery over here. Okay, anyways, we're across. Tell you what, if it's that big a pain in the ass for me to try to get across just right there, they sure as hell ain't coming back here. Okay, here's what I want to show you guys. Now I'll tell you what, this is a pretty, oh man, something just bolted down there. I don't know what it was. Definitely wasn't no deer, but might have been a geese or something. But as you can see here, the river's kind of up right now, so I guess it's not that good of a time to see. But I don't see any new openings here, so it doesn't look like too much has changed back here. There is this big giant fallen tree. This was not here before. But that doesn't, I mean, that provides a little bit of brush cover, I suppose, on my end, but for the deer, I don't see that doing too much. Now, it does look like there's kind of like a trail here. And as you can see here, those look like they might be tracks right there. Definitely some sort of tracks here. Let's see if we can go on the other side. See if we can spot some fresh ones here in the mud. Now, yeah, I don't really see anything here. And as you can see, this river actually starts getting wider and deeper back here. But now, as you can see here, there is a bunch of wood here that would give them they're pretty nimble. Deer's pretty nimble, so they might be able to get across that and get back up in here if they really wanted to. I don't know if they would jump across that for no good reason, unless they had nothing better to do. But I don't know, I'm still thinking that this is going to be a no-go for at least this season. Now anyways, we're going to continue on here, trekking through here and kind of getting familiarized with the area here and seeing what we can find. I'm still hoping to see some deer. And you know what, it's still kind of early, so we might end up just going out here way in the back. But anyways, I'm gonna continue on here and let's see if we can find something. All right, you guys, look what we found. These two here, them's doe tracks right there. So they ain't got no hubs in the back. Just two big teardrop shapes here. them's doe tracks right there. Now, if there was bucks, they would have had 2 right here. So yeah, we got the 2 here. They would have had 2 right there, just like that. That's what buck tracks look like. Now these here with just the 2 here, them's doe tracks. That means we had some does run through here. But let's continue on and see if we can find some more signs of deer. So deer are moving through here though. Maybe not a lot, but there's definitely deer moving through here. Alright, you guys. Way back in there is where we came in, that wrapped up around that bend right there on the inside of the river here. We're just rolling along the river. Now this is going to take us all the way around Oxbow Lake. Oxbow Lake's over here, and this goes in like a skinny thing all the way around here. Now there's quite a few places back in here where deer can get across and get in here. So that's what we're gonna do, because I've only trekked this about halfway back. So the whole rest of that area, I've never even explored none of that. I haven't trekked none of it. So that's actually gonna all be new to me. Now, as you can see, it is starting to get a little bit dark. It's pretty overcast today. So we're limited on daylight here because we're burning it up, but we're gonna see how far we can get back in here before it gets too dark to film. Somebody had a can of tuna back here, left her litter and trash out here. That's not no good thing, no good. But anyways, I'm hoping that we come up on some deer. I don't know if we are, but I'm actually happy to see some signs here. And as you can see here, them here, that's kind of a fresh looking trail here. I don't know if you can see that darker color that leads up through here, but them's from deer walking through here. And those look pretty fresh and overturned, and actually there's a piece of wood there that looks kind of broken up, and actually I can see some sort of doe track right there. So we might actually come up on a doe back here. Bedded down back here, because right now it's their sleeping time, but it's about time for them to get up. It's getting kind of late now. Let's see what time it is. What time is it? 6:34. So they're gonna be getting up here pretty soon. And I just might be there at 1 o'clock. Alright, you guys, this is where the bridge I was telling you, right out there's the road, and right up in there's the bridge. Here's a creek that goes underneath it. Now all this field here is all oxbow too, and I've actually hunted that deer actually bed down in here. They come from them woods over there. They come bolting across the road over here, and they come trying to get up into these woods over here. But the only thing is there ain't no really way for them to, they have to go through a bunch of junk to get to the other side. So, I don't know. Let's continue on and see what we can find. I'm hearing some noise back in here though. There might be something back here. I don't know, but let's continue on. Alright, you guys, we're almost to the back. Here's the bridge that I was telling you guys about. And right over here is the church that's on the outside of the road here. We might drive past it tonight and I'll show you guys. If not, I'll show it to you guys in one of the next videos. But anyways, we're about to the end here. Now this is where it gets real thick over here. This actually turns around here just like this, and this gets real thick. Now I've never trekked back in that area, but I don't think we're going to be doing it tonight, just because of the simple fact that it's real thick, and it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt getting back there, for one, and for two, it's starting to get dark and we still have to head all the way back out of here. Now we didn't see any deer today, but coming out here did show me that there is pretty much no change from last year. It looks pretty much the same now. The other spot that we went to last time, you know, with all those trees cut down and stuff, that was a pretty big change. So that's something I need to know for the next upcoming season and whatnot. So it's pretty good. And not only that, it gives me a lot more opportunities for some photography and stuff for coming out here. But anyways, I think we're gonna just end up heading back and wrap this video up and end up calling it a day. I gotta go home. I got a bunch of other things I gotta finish up, but anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys like my videos, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And if you guys got any ideas or anything that you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to make it happen. And I think that's a wrap. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Pretty slippery and muddy down here. Oh, and we just fell. Okay, man, my whole entire shoe is full of mud now. God. But hold the microphone way over here, and you'll see there's like a sound difference. Can I hear a difference here? Or can I hear a difference here? Can I hear a difference here? Can I hear a difference here? Alright guys, what's going on? Got it. Now, I was gonna say.